one of the lessons I've learned and things I've come to appreciate when producing art for children over time has been is how to make shape and texture and color come alive through the mind of a child and actualize them in their reality. And when I started constructing decorative mirrors, that was one of the elements that I found myself bringing in. The other thing was that I began to appreciate discarded material, especially discarded material that had a definitive geometric shape that we never even thought too much about, and that had interesting texture that you could manipulate and then harden and actually get it to last long and fascinate the senses, what you see and what you touch and how those two correlate. And so the process of producing this particular mirror, I worked my way from, I have all these casings from cling film and aluminum foil, and they're stiff, they're stiffer than toilet paper rolls, they are longer, they are just those things that you really don't want to get rid of unless you really, really must. And so I just embarked on this discovery process of just finding out how much of this stuff do I have around that I could discard in something artistic, if I could call it that. And so I got my tissue rolls, my cling film and aluminium foil rolls. I discovered that I had quite a chunk of sawdust and I had plenty of wood glue. And so I decided to chop up the foil rolls and mix the wood glue with the sawdust and create this whole, amorphous yet geometrical experience that hopefully was going to be appealing and probably exploratory for children. I had the board cut out from MDF and also got the mirror element shaped out at a glass mat and put them together, and then basically just started modeling the pieces of roll and the the mix of the wood glue and the sawdust, and it just came up with this really interesting textured mass of matter that one couldn't quite contextualize. And from then on, let it dry and it would set like wood. It was almost as if you had cut off a piece of a raw tree trunk and somehow gotten it to take up a round shape and have a mirror in the middle of it. Finished it off with acrylic paints, just using the primary colors plus green, a little bit of white, and varnished it a bit, and then just set it up and watched how the children would respond to it. And the effect was hilarious. Just the thought that they would come and grab at these projections and touch them and get all fascinated and still just loving the look of their faces in the mirror has been one of those things that's always been an incredible fascination to observe. And so this piece, unbeknownst to a couple of completely unsuspecting children, will wind up somewhere in their bedroom for them to continue to have fun and enjoy themselves for a long, long time to come. And that is just a brief of my creative journey through the eyes of a child.